Welcome to the TAM Podcast. Today, we're going to be diving into how businesses can broaden their reach and attract more clients. I'm really excited to explore this.
Absolutely. And the approaches we're looking at today are, smart, strategic, maybe even a little surprising. We're not just talking about like basic marketing here.
Right. It's about thinking bigger.
Yeah.
Expanding what you offer in a way that makes sense and really adds value.
Exactly. So buckle up, listeners. We're about to break down like 3 really powerful ways that businesses can, level up and connect with a wider audience.
Let's kick things off with mergers and acquisitions. Sometimes the fastest way to grow is to kind of join forces with another company.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. You got it. Think of it like this. By merging with or even acquiring another company, you're like instantly gaining access to their services, their expertise, and even like their existing client base. It's almost like, adding like a whole new wing to your business like overnight, but, without actually having to start from scratch.
Okay, that makes sense. But it can't just be any random company, right? There needs to be some kind of, strategic fit.
You hit the nail on the head. It's all about what we like to call strategic synergy, like that sweet spot where the two companies, combined are actually more powerful and effective than if they were kind of working alone, right?
Yeah.
You're carefully selecting partners whose offerings really complement your own, filling those gaps in your service lineup and then, creating something even greater than the sum of its parts.
So it's like finding that missing puzzle piece that completes the picture.
Exactly. Take Siteimprove, for instance. They were already killing it with their digital marketing and content tools. But SEO, that was like their Achilles heel. And then they went and acquired MarketMuse, which brought cutting-edge AI-powered content analysis and optimization to the table.
So they didn't just add new features. They actually addressed a critical need and gained a serious competitive advantage. That's brilliant.
It really is. By bringing in MarketMuse, Siteimprove was able to offer its clients a more, sophisticated data-driven approach to content creation, which, as you know, is essential in today's digital world. They went from playing catch-up to, setting the pace in their market.
That's a really powerful example of how a strategic acquisition can completely transform a company's trajectory.
Totally. And that brings us to another kind of interesting approach, right? Adding value through new services. But now, before you start offering every service under the sun, it's important to kind of ask yourself, does this really benefit my clients?
Right. It's not just about slapping on some random service, right?
Yeah.
It needs to be something that really benefits your clients and aligns with your kind of core identity, right?
Exactly. We call that service alignment. Your new offerings, should kind of feel like a natural extension of what you already do, not some, random assortment of, unrelated services.
So more like a carefully curated menu where everything complements each other. And it kind of makes sense, right, for the overall dining experience.
Perfect analogy. And when it comes to service alignment, Salesforce, is a shining example. They've consistently stayed ahead of the curve by adding new services that truly provide value to their clients.
Like their integration of Einstein AI, right?
Yeah.
I remember reading about that. They didn't just kind of jump on the AI bandwagon. They seamlessly integrated it into their CRM platform to, give their clients even more powerful tools for data analysis and customer engagement.
Exactly. That's what kind of sets Salesforce apart, right? They kind of anticipated their clients' evolving needs, and then they offered a solution before those clients even, realized that they needed it. They took something as complex as AI, and then they made it, accessible, beneficial for their users.
That's impressive. They turned a potential disruption into a strategic advantage.
Speaking of strategic advantages, have you liked and subscribed to our channel yet? We've got tons more insights coming up.
Don't forget, folks. Now, on to our third approach, which is repackaging existing services. This one's all about finding, fresh and innovative ways to present what you already offer, highlighting, different aspects or benefits to appeal to a wider audience.
You got it. Sometimes, you don't need to reinvent the wheel. You just need to give it a shiny new coat of paint. It's about reframing what you already do to attract a new set of clients.
It's like taking your best-selling product.
Yeah.
And then, giving it a sleek makeover. You're not changing the core formula, right? Yeah. You're just kind of highlighting its best features. Yeah. In a way that, resonates with a new audience.
Yeah, exactly. And Nokia is a great example of this, right? They've done a phenomenal job of repositioning themselves to
Well,
appeal to, modern businesses
yeah.
without actually like fundamentally changing what they do.
Right. They haven't like abandoned their roots, right? In telecommunications and networking, they've just gotten, really savvy about showcasing how their existing, capabilities can meet the needs of a new generation of clients.
They've kind of embraced this whole idea of like future proofing
Right.
instead of just clinging to those like outdated models. They've really emphasized their expertise in cutting edge technologies, right? Like 5G and the Internet of Things. They're demonstrating how these innovations can actually transform like entire industries
Mm.
and create just incredible opportunities for growth.
So they're not just selling like products or services, they're actually selling solutions to the challenges that businesses are facing in the digital age. It's smart.
It really is. It's all about understanding your target audience,
Yeah.
right? And tailoring your message so it resonates with their like specific needs and aspirations.
Okay, so we've covered like three really powerful approaches here, right? Mergers and acquisitions, adding new services, and then repackaging existing ones.
Oh, yeah.
What's the like common thread running through all of these?
Value. It's all about adding value. Like every decision you make, every service you offer should be, geared toward providing real tangible value for your clients.
And it's not just about like, doing more. It's about like doing it strategically right and thoughtfully. It's about like aligning your offerings with your client's needs and, your brand's core identity.
Precisely. And, these strategies aren't necessarily mutually exclusive, right? You can combine them like in different ways to create a truly, I don't know, customized
Yeah.
approach to, growth. That's perfect for your business.
Yeah, you could, for example, acquire a company that offers, complementary services and then like repackage those combined offerings, right, to target a very specific, niche market that's hitting all the bases.
Exactly. And that highlights the importance of, flexibility and
Yeah.
adaptability. In today's, ever-changing business landscape, you need to be willing to, experiment, adjust your approach, constantly, seek out new ways to add value for your clients.
That's a great point. The business world is a dynamic, ever-evolving space.
It really is. Speaking of evolving, have you hit that subscribe button yet? You don't want to miss the rest of this, deep dive.
Hit that subscribe button, folks. And while you're at it, why not smash that like button too?
Now, as we kind of wrap up this part of our, deep dive, I have a question for, our listeners out there. If you were to like choose one of these strategies, right, to implement in your own business today, which one would it be and why? Take a moment to really think about that.
That's a great question. And while you're pondering that, let's move on to the final part of our, deep dive, where we'll, explore even more insights and strategies for expanding your reach. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the deep dive. We've covered a lot of ground today, right? Exploring how businesses can, expand their reach, attract more clients. But now in this final part, I'd love to just step back and look at the bigger picture with you.
Sounds good. Yeah, we've talked about, specific strategies, real-world examples. We've even offered some, practical tips.
Hmm.
But now it's kind of time to connect all those dots and, distill those core principles that really, I think, drive successful, business expansion.
Okay, so what's the secret sauce? What like sets apart those businesses that, thrive
Hmm.
from those that just kind of, struggle to keep up?
Well, if you kind of look back at everything we've discussed, right, I think one word keeps popping up: value.
Value, huh?
Right. Whether you're merging with another company, adding new services, even repackaging those, existing ones, the fundamental question I think you always need to ask yourself is, does this add real tangible value for my clients? It can't just be about, doing more for the sake of doing more.
It's about focusing on like what truly matters,
Yeah.
right, to your clients and what helps them achieve their goals. I like that.
Yeah. Every interaction with your business, every service you offer,
Mm.
it should leave your clients feeling like they've gained something valuable.
Whether it's, knowledge, increased efficiency, a solution to a problem that they've been wrestling with, or even just like a positive experience.
Exactly. Those are the, value-added interactions that build trust,
Hmm.
loyalty, and ultimately the kind of long-term growth that, I think every business dreams of.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But how does this value idea tie into that concept of like service alignment we talked about
Wow,
earlier?
that's a great question. Service alignment is really about ensuring that, every offering, every single touch point you have with a customer, it's, consistent with your brand identity and really reinforces the value you provide.
So it's all about creating like a cohesive experience, right? Like building a house.
Yeah.
Every brick, every beam, it has to be carefully, chosen and placed to create a strong, stable structure.
Perfect analogy. If you start, adding random elements that don't really fit the whole structure, it kind of becomes unstable, loses its integrity.
So it's not enough to just offer valuable services,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
You have to actually present those services
Hmm.
in a way that, makes sense to your clients
Yeah.
and reinforces your brand's core message.
Exactly. And that's where clear communication, targeted marketing, and a deep understanding of, your target audience, that's where it comes into play.
It's about painting a clear picture
Mhm.
of, who you are as a business, what you stand for,
Yeah.
and how you can actually help your clients, achieve their desired outcomes.
Couldn't have said it better myself. And as we've seen, with companies like Siteimprove, Salesforce, Nokia,
Right.
a truly successful expansion strategy, it kind of goes beyond just tactics. It's about having a clear vision
Okay.
and aligning, every decision, every single action with that vision.
So it's not just about, getting bigger. It's about becoming, better,
Yeah.
stronger, more impactful.
You got it. And as we wrap up our, deep dive today, I want to leave our listeners with one final thought. Expanding your reach isn't just about reaching more people, it's about reaching the right people, the people who will truly benefit from, what you offer.
And it's about building a brand that really like genuinely resonates with those people, a brand they trust, a brand they're excited to, engage with.
Exactly. So keep those principles in mind as you, embark on your own journey of business expansion, listeners.
And remember, folks, the most important ingredient in any successful expansion strategy is a genuine desire, right? To add value to your clients' lives. If you focus on that, the rest will fall into place.
That's all for today's deep dive.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel for more, insightful explorations.
The
Business world. Until next time.